Hello all my beautiful little unicorns and welcome back to my channel. And if this is the first time that you're on my channel, my name's Vanessa Somuayina. You guys know me as your big sis from the internet, as well as your favorite psychic medium right here on YouTube. So guys, for today I have a accurate AF singles love prediction prepared for you, which I am so excited to share with you guys because this is a two-part reading, which makes this tarot card prediction just like a personal reading, because guess what? During part one of the video, you get to pick from 3 groups that I am about to introduce you to. And once you've selected the group of your choice, you click your timestamp and you'll be fast forwarded to the relevant portion of the video of the group that you chose for part 1. And then part number 2 gets even more intricate and personal because this is based on your life path number. And your life path number is far more personal than your zodiac sign because it is based on the exact date on which you were born. Now, you may be asking yourself, Vanessa, what is a life path number? Now, I have a video that has close to 300,000 views where I explain precisely how to calculate your life path number, and I also explain to you what every single life path number means. So if you're then wondering what your life path number means, what implications that this has for the rest of your life, make sure you check out that video. I've got the link below in the description box as well. You can also refresh your memory even if you know your life path number but you just want to learn a little more about it. Alternatively, you can also consult with our dear friend Google, type in your date of birth and ask for your life path number and it will spit it out for you. However, within my video I explain in far more detail how to calculate it and also ultimately what your life path number means. So each life path number 1 through 33 has its very own timestamp in the description box as well as pinned to the comment section. So all you need to do is click your life path number and you'll be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of your prediction. You guys, I wish I could do some sort of poll here or something like this. I've got a self-care oracle deck that has been ready for months. For some reason, I just haven't gotten myself to hit print yet. Guys, let me know in the comment section if you think I should hit print because it's been a minute since I've published my last deck and I'm in the mood to publish another one. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, you guys, let's get into the reading. So I will now introduce you to the 3 groups that I've got prepared for you. This will be from an overhead view so we can focus on the cards and on your readings. Make sure you combine both parts as they are needed in order for your reading to be as accurate as possible. And I can't wait to catch you within your predictions. Alright, so these are the 3 groups that I've got prepared for you for your singles love prediction. And I will now introduce you to these 3 groups and then provide you with a moment of privacy so you can meditate on them and pick the perfect group for you in order to receive part 1 of your love reading. Group number 1 corresponds to my Dark Heart Tarot deck as well as the Labradorite Crystal Sphere. Group number 2 corresponds to the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck as well as the Amethyst Crystal. And group number 3 corresponds to the Ephimere Tarot deck as well as the Rose Quartz Crystal Point. The timestamps to all 3 of these groups as well as each life path number can be found below in the description box as well as pinned to the top of the comment section for quick and easy access for you. So now I will give you the moment of privacy. You can pause the video right here if you need a little longer to select the perfect group for you, and then I'll be right back to guide you into your readings. Alright, so by now you've hopefully been able to select one of these 3 groups. I will be starting off the love prediction readings with group number 1, which corresponds to the Dark Heart Tarot deck as well as the Labradorite Crystal Sphere. So if this is the group that you chose, then please continue watching, and to my other lovely groups and all my life path numbers, I will catch you at the click of your timestamps. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to the first part of your singles love prediction. You chose the Dark Heart Tarot deck as well as the Labradorite Crystal Sphere. The Dark Heart Tarot deck is my very own publication, my own tarot deck that I created, designed, and self-published. And of course, we have our gorgeous Labradorite. And then we of course also have this gorgeous Labradorite Sphere, which I'm going to do a close-up of for you and also explain to you why you felt drawn to this stone and why you may have picked it. So see how this glimmers so beautifully depending on how the light hits it? Well, the labradorite crystal is actually a stone that is iridescent and has these highly mystical and protective qualities about it. It is said to be a bringer of light, and it can be found in Italy, Greenland, Finland, Russia, Canada, and Scandinavia. And it deflects unwanted energies from the aura and prevents energy leakage. Psychologically speaking, labradorite helps to banish fears and insecurities, especially when it pertains to love. And it also removes any kind of previous debris from disappointments, including those that you experienced in past lives. So this is an extremely cleansing stone, which I will just put over here for you. Make sure it doesn't roll away by just kind of putting it onto this little sticky substance. Okay, let's get into it, group number one, and figure out precisely what messages that are here for you for your singles love prediction. I can't wait for us to get into this and to see what your guides have to say. So let's see what we're first going to receive. We've got the Ace of Crystals. Now, the Ace of Crystals may seem like a little bit of a mysterious card for you. You may ask yourself, okay, what does this mean? What does this have to do with love? So the suit of crystals corresponds to the element of fire. The element of fire represents everything that has to do with passion, enthusiasm, things such as hobbies, but also hot love, all right? So the Ace of Crystals shows us this hand that's stretched out with this crystal wand that seems to be growing from the hand or floating, levitating. And then we also have a structure here that is almost like a castle. So this shows that we have a new beginning. The ace always corresponds to a new beginning. We have a new beginning of something where you're building, something that you feel passionate about, right? Crystals represent passion. They represent enthusiasm. And you're building a house. It's almost as though, no, we're not playing house anymore. We're really building a house and a fort and a castle. So that is what your guides want you to know right at the start of your love prediction. You are in love to build, not just to pretend, not just to be in a situationship, but you are going to be creating a life with another person that you feel passionate about, that you feel proud of, that lights you up when you think about it and when you talk to others about all of the things that you're doing with your partner. Next up, oh, I love this for you, group number one. We have got the Empress. The Empress corresponds to the number 3, and the Empress is actually indicative of love and also shared core values about how to raise children and about what kind of dynamic you want in the relationship. Different kind of gender roles or just roles between you two, depending on who you identify as. And the Empress also shows us here this vibe of beauty, this vibe of your person really wanting you, seeing you as the prize, seeing you as someone who is absolutely stunning and who they want to actually have offspring with as well. So I definitely see here that when it comes to your love life, you are in a state where you have this beautiful Empress energy, which is almost like dark feminine energy, siren energy, seductive type of energy. And for the first time in your life, you are feeling as though you're in control of your love life. The Empress is also a card actually that depicts motherhood as well as abundance. So having more than what you need, and also your love life containing a motherhood aspect in it that actually makes you even more attractive. So having this Empress energy shows us here that you have a highly, highly seductive, highly appealing love story before you. Next up, we've got the Nine of Blades, but in reverse. So if this card shows up upright, it usually is a sign that something is up that's hard to manage, something that you probably don't want to deal with. But this card did show up in reverse for you, group number one, which is then again an amazing sign that actually a lot of your overthinking, even if you've had nightmares that have to do with loved ones or love in general, that is leaving your life, that is leaving the vicinity. That's not something that you are going to have to deal with anymore, especially if you have been worried about being alone, dying alone, not having anyone in your life, romantically speaking, because maybe up until now it just didn't work out. Or when you're single, you're extremely single, and it seems as though you will never find the right person. I do just want you to know here in the Nine of Blades reverse that those thoughts and that feeling is something that is just so temporary. You may be feeling it right now, and it's something that you're going to not deal with in the near future anymore. I see here within the Lovers card, that why you're not going to be dealing with this anymore is because, well, you've got a lover coming towards you. We have romantic love here just around the corner for you. I want you to know within the Lovers card that we have two opposites, right? It's almost like we've got the beauty, the fairy, and the beast. So I do see here that the person that you will be with is the complete opposite of you. They have completely opposite traits, not just physically, but also within their personality. And this is something that actually attracts you to them, because it's like you complement one another, and that really helps you to create the best life possible together, because you get to lean into your strengths and they get to lean into their strengths. And nobody feels as though they are constantly forced to be in an energy that they don't want to be in. Like, for example, I absolutely despise constantly being pushed into a divine masculine energy, because it's just not where I feel the most comfortable. That's just me personally. So being with a man, for example, and that's my experience, that pushes me into my masculine, where I'm constantly the one doing, organizing, dealing with things that I don't want to deal with, then what's the point in even being with that person? So I definitely see here that you're in a state of love where you have that person, where finally there's this balance where, of course, you will have times where you have to be in your masculine or in your feminine energy, but you will mostly be in that energy that you really want to be in. And actually that gives you a lot of strength in the relationship, because it brings authenticity. And I love that this is the next card that Spirit drew into your reading for you, because the more you can actually be authentic and be yourself and enjoy who you are, the more you will have strength in the relationship, because you just radiate beauty. Because whenever you feel comfortable, your body moves differently, you speak differently, you have a different sense of self. And I want you to know here that when it comes to your love life, this gives you a lot of power over your beast, so to say, all right? So if you are the type that is a little more soft, petite, you listen to Lana Del Rey, Jhené Aiko, Ariana Grande, you like poetry, you maybe write poetry, you like Megan Fox's poetry as well as Rupi Kaur's poetry. I just want you to know here within Strength that this gives you such a deep strength from within, where on the outside you may look harmless, but everyone can tell that you are strong. And it gives you this power in the relationship that you'll have, where when you say no, it's a real no, and they're afraid of losing you. You're not chasing them. It's the other way around. They're afraid of losing you, and it's like you have them completely under control, even if they would never admit it. And even if you don't have to use force, you don't have to be mean, you don't have to threaten. It's just kind of like an unspoken agreement between the two of you. And I do see here within the Six of Coins that when it comes to your love reading, there are a lot of people who come to you for advice. As we have here all of these little, I would say, insects, these bugs, and it's like you're giving them these coins or these little, I don't even know what this would be that they would want, but it does look like coins. And we do have the Six of Coins. I don't know why these insects would want coins, but for some reason they want the coins. I guess they want to go shop, they want to go do something with the coins. So the entire message here within the Six of Coins is the generosity aspect, right? You're giving. And here we have this white fox creature, which shows that it comes from a very authentic place. You're giving not to receive, but because you really want to, because it's just your natural instinct to give. And being a giver is something that makes you really attractive, because the person that you will be with, your lover, is not only the polar opposite of you, but they love the softness that you display when you want to give to others. And here within the Emperor, wow, your love life is going to be set in stone. It's going to be so powerful to the point that not much is going to change once you've locked in the right person. You're most likely going to be with them for the rest of your life. The Emperor is a card that pertains to building, but also kind of creating a legacy. It corresponds to the number 4, and it represents fatherhood. So for one, we had the Empress, which represents motherhood, and then we've got the Emperor, which represents fatherhood. So we've got both depicted here. Now, within the Emperor, this also shows structure, authority. This shows that both energies are present in your love life and in your love story. And it doesn't matter who you identify as or who you're attracted to. Having both energies within a relationship will always be important. The Emperor shows us here that you are attracting somebody who is a very structured, well-organized type of individual. And I want you to know here that they will even set aside a budget for giving. So you can give to others, so you can engage in more philanthropic events, and so that you can also spend money doing things that makes you feel good. And at the same time, you don't have to worry about how much you're spending. And they're going to love giving you this, even if you make your own money, even if you're independent, because they love to see what you do with the funds when you're given the opportunity to just do good. Next up, oh, wow, we've got the Fountain. The Fountain, I know it seems like a very vague depiction, but as we see here within the Fountain, we also have the infinity symbol, the 8 laying on its side. Again, this is an indication that your love life is going to end up in a forever relationship, a relationship that is meant to last. That's what we have here in the Fountain, a fulfilling one between a king and a queen, basically. Someone who knows what they want, someone who's loyal, someone whom you can count on, someone who knows how to communicate, and someone with whom you can basically have the world with. And here in the 4 of Swords, I want you to know that there will be some people on the sidelines that feel alienated. A friend of yours is going to feel really jealous. They're going to feel as though, why did this happen for her and not for me? Why did this happen for them? And why am I still waiting? The 4 of Swords shows us here that that can also actually be someone who has girlfriend tendencies, but is actually a family member, all right? Like a sister, a mother, a aunt as well. The 4 of Swords shows us here that they will feel left in the sidelines because they haven't experienced this in so long. They haven't been as successful romantically as you are. And I see for you, group number 1, that that is definitely going to cause a little bit of friction with how they feel internally, and they may even choose to express that. Now, the 2 of Wands is indicative of picking your battles and understanding, okay, do I want to be right or do I want to be happy? Do I want to be right or do I want to be rich? Depending on whether you're dealing with someone who has to do with your financial assets. So if this is someone that you're working with, someone who has some sort of hold over that, or if this is someone that is a family member. Oh, okay, we have more cards that revealed themselves for you. Let's see what they are. We also had the World, which is a very favorable card to show up for you. So you're going to actually choose the World. You're going to choose peace. You're going to choose whatever gives you the most quiet and just peaceful moments, because you don't have it in you to be arguing, to be struggling, to be going through any kind of back and forth with anyone. That is just not for you, group number 1. You're not interested in that. We also had the 2 of Coins that showed up for you when I was shuffling. As you saw, some cards pop themselves right side up, which clearly need to be within your reading. And here the 2 of Coins is a representation of having 2 coins. We have an infinity symbol, but there's tension between the 2 coins. This is about creating your life in a way where there's not so much tension between what you're doing, and I mean professionally, and your private life. So this shows us here that there will be a lot of mixture between private and business in your love life. And sometimes it can feel like a bit of a strain or a balancing act, but it will always be like that, because you're most likely going to have a business another stream of income with the person that you're with, a joint venture. And you're most likely also never going to stop working. You're going to be one of those people who loves to work and who in old age people are like, how do they have so much money and are they ever going to stop working? So the Two of Coins shows that it will always be a part of your life, working, but work will be fun when you're doing something that you love. And it's just important that you learn to find a balance so you don't feel as though you are stuck in it. And I see here within the Temperance card, which is the last card that popped itself right side up for you, is the fact that it's important to temper yourself and remember life's a marathon, not a sprint. Take your time. Don't feel as though you have to already do everything right now or in the next 2 or 3 years. You have decades with your person. You have an entire lifetime in love. And if you're feeling lonely right now, because this person isn't here in this very second, remind yourself that if you are meant to be with them for 50 years, actually this is the shortest period in your life in which you get to just enjoy yourself and your own company. And the only person whose feelings that you have to take into account are your own. This is a luxury that Spirit wants you to enjoy and to temper yourself in any emotions that are strongly rooted in feeling lack. Because when you feel lack, your body actually creates chemicals that continues to reinforce that feeling. Your thinking becomes your mind. And the thing here is that when you think these thoughts that make you feel lack, all of a sudden your body feels as though it is experiencing that lack. It is creating different genes to signal, okay, the lack is happening, and it gives that feedback back to your mind, back to your brain, and it creates this loop, this endless cycle of actually living in a state of lack, which is completely unnecessary. As we see here within your reading, within the world, you are supposed to have the world. You're supposed to have everything you desire in love. You're supposed to have a lasting love, a forever love. We have this Empress and Emperor energy, which are two beautiful energies that show a solid relationship where kids can grow up and be well educated, have stability, be well mannered, and you have this basically picture perfect image of a family. We had the Lovers card, we had the Strength card. You basically could not have gotten a better reading. The World card is one of the most favorable cards in the deck, if not the best card to receive, and all the others are highly positive cards as well. So group number 1, I'm really looking forward to you and your love story playing out. I thank you so much for being here, for receiving part 1 of your prediction. But now it's time to delve into your life path numbers part of this reading. So scroll down into the description box, click your life path numbers timestamp, and then you will be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of your reading, which is based on your life path number that I urge you to add and put together with this reading in order to create your personal singles love reading. Now, group number 1, I will catch you at the click of your life path numbers timestamp. Hello, my lovely soul of group number 2. Welcome to the first part of your reading that's all about your singles love prediction. You chose the Amethyst in connectivity to the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck. And first up, I want to show you a close-up of the crystal that you chose. So this is the gorgeous amethyst crystal. And in case you didn't know, this crystal can be found in the US, in Britain, in Canada, Brazil, Mexico, Russia, Sri Lanka, Uruguay, East Africa, Siberia, as well as India. And it is an extremely powerful and protective stone with a high spiritual vibration. It guards you against psychic attack, which may be why you felt drawn to this crystal, and it transmutes the energy into love instead. This is a natural tranquilizer. Amethyst blocks geopathic stress and negative environment energies. So these may be the reasons why you intuitively felt drawn to this stone. I'll just put your crystal over here for your, actually, I don't like when things are off balance. So I'll put your crystal right here in the center of your reading, and we will allow for its energy to transmute. We will allow for amethyst to give us a deeper understanding of what's coming towards your love life and what your love story is really meant to be, my gorgeous soul of group 2. So first up, we've got the moon. In case you didn't know, the moon is the heavenly body of the divine feminine. It is the heavenly body of satisfying emotional needs. You need a lover who's emotionally available. I do see here that when it comes to love, this is a non-negotiable, and you're the type who really analyzes their own patterns, their own traumas. And I see here that nurturing yourself and others is what you do in love. And the moon shows us that it's indicative you must end up with a partner who is emotionally intelligent. Spirit is trying to say to you, you will be protected until that person comes into your life, which means situationships will fall apart, they won't thrive. People will leave your life who are not meant to be part of it, because as the amethyst protects you, and this is the stone that you felt drawn towards, also wear amethyst jewelry. I'm wearing amethyst jewelry right here. I've got this beautiful It Girl crystal ring, as well as the Double the Attention ring. The link to it is below in the description box, by the way. And I love to wear this crystal because it helps to facilitate decision making, especially in love, and it gives you common sense and spiritual insights. You know that feeling when intuitively you actually know someone is not for you, but you're trying to rationalize, you're trying to make them the one somehow, somewhere, in another alternate reality and universe, in a different multiverse almost, but deep within you just know it will eventually end. And the amethyst and the moon combination stops you from getting too deep in and getting your feelings hurt. Now, within the 6th house, we actually have the house of all things about health and your daily life, practical details too. I want you to know here that the 6th house is actually the house that is ruled by Virgo. The 6th house is the house that shows us that not only do you connect well with Virgo energy and Virgos, Virgo moon, that's an amazing combination here for you. If you are a Virgo moon, I want you to know that when it comes to love, you will pick the person who is the perfect match energetically and in a psychic sense. You'll know the moment that you meet them. If you're not a Virgo moon, I just want you to know here that we're getting Virgo moon placements in your love life. So your person or you, either one is going to have a Virgo moon, 6th house Virgo moon situation. Next up, we've got the 8th house. So I want you to know that the 8th house is the house of transformation, karma, facing fears, and kind of really questioning what legacy do you want to leave. And the 8th house is the house that is ruled by Scorpio, and it's also the house in relationships of joint finances. And why this is representing death in a way, as you can see here within this bird, did you know that the number one reason why couples break up? Well, there are 2 or 3 reasons. I think 2 actually, from what I read in the statistics. It is, for 1, finances and not agreeing on those, and then for 2, intimacy. So I do want you to know here that this showing up in the sign of Scorpio shows us that actually what's important for you is to feel really comfortable with your person financially, but also in a sexual way. So being intimate with them. And I do want you to know here that why this is the house of transformation for joint finances is because you're not meant to have split finances with your future partner, your future spouse. You are meant to have shared finances, okay? And I see here within Scorpio moon, since the 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, Scorpio rules house 8, and we've got the moon, Scorpio moon placements, also very powerful. This reading was specifically tailored for you. I want you to know that having a Scorpio in your moon sign means that people see you as extremely mysterious and extremely sensual. This showing up within your reading shows us that people view you as a master seductress, as a master seducer, depending on, of course, who you identify as. But I do want you to know that you may feel very different about this. However, Don't let that take your confidence from you. I love how after shuffling and then revealing the next card, we've got the Two of Cups. You know why? Because the Two of Cups is the ultimate love card. As you can see, we've got two people here. The person here next to this individual is kind of holding them on their arm, and they've got these two cups that are up here in the universe that they're looking up to, that they're holding up, and they look hopeful. So this is about a real deep relationship where you both have dreams and aspirations, and you're longing for the dreams together. You're going for the joint dreams with each other in support of one another. This is a mutually respectful and beneficial relationship where no one is trying to kind of do their own thing or leave the other one out. That's also why the finances are so important, because for a long-lasting relationship, you can't have friction in that area of life, because ultimately it will break down so much trust and so much fun within the relationship when you don't agree on that. Next up, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. You're lucky you'll end up with someone who comes from an affluent background and who comes from a place where somehow they are always in luck. Whatever they touch turns to gold. The Wheel of Fortune for you, group number 2, it shows us that karma is on your side. Trust me, some of the hardship that you went through and you thought to yourself, man, I could make a big deal out of this, but I will just let karma deal with these people. Trust me, karma is dealing. Karma is doing. Karma is definitely within her element, and you won't even have to look too far to see how a lot of people that wronged you, that crossed you, that went behind your back, backstabbed you, made you feel like you were stupid for even trusting and believing in them and establishing a deep connection with them. They are suffering right now. They are not in a good place. They wish they wouldn't have done that, even if they never admit this to you. I want you to know in the Wheel of Fortune that what goes around comes around. And the fact that you have always looked to cultivate real, deep, loyal, trustworthy, and loving connections, that is something that you will be rewarded by tenfold. We've got the Ten of Wands, which shows us that the hard times are done and dusted and over with. It's time for a fresh beginning. You may still have to tie up some loose ends from past hurt and relationship traumas, but you've got this, group number 2. It's no big deal. I want you to know here in the Ten of Wands that there is a huge ending of your current cycle that will come for you. And rather feeling like you're carrying all of these wands and like there's heaviness and it's hard to move forward, it'll actually be so easy for you. It'll feel like, wait, so that was all? I'm already in the next cycle? I already left my ex and this situationship behind. Like, it literally only took like 1 to 2 weeks and I was really over them, and I really stopped the crying, the feeling sad, the feeling down and out, the thinking about them, ruminating. Next up, we've got the Five of Swords. Now, I want you to know here in the Five of Swords that if you thought about getting revenge in love, that's also why we have this in connectivity to the Wheel of Fortune in your reading. Don't do it. There's a reason why you received this message, group number 2, and it is so that you know not to exert any type of revenge. Don't try to get back or get even. Your guides in the universe is doing it for you. Keep your hands clean. And I mean really clean. Not like Jadena said in the Classic Man song where he said, keep my gloves dirty and my hands clean. No. Okay, no gloves either. You're not getting your gloves dirty and keeping your hands clean. You're keeping everything in pristine condition and clean. We're not going there, group number 2, because you know what? You don't need to. That's why we're not going there, because there's no point. Because your guides and your angels, they're already doing the dirty work for you. And it's not even that it's dirty work. It is just the law of attraction. It is just the law of energetic frequencies and abundance. Next up, we have got the Knight of Coins. Let me tell you what we've got here in the Knight of Coins. Your love life shows us that there's someone here like an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. They've got coins all around them. And you see here they've got knowledge and they have some sort of hammer. So they're the type of person who is well educated, who is in the process of building more of their reputation and more financial soundness and security. And right now they're still young and hot. They're not that much older than you are. You may feel as though they are younger because you're just an old soul. Biologically, you're not that far apart. And this is the type of person that wants to share everything with you. This is the type of person that you can even still mold into the perfect partner because they're malleable. They haven't gone through too much relationship trauma yet. They're very open to this love story. I do see here in the Voyager on the other end a message for you about an older gentleman who is anchored in the fact that love can really hurt. So this is someone who has been through betrayal and heartache, potentially even already a divorce. So that sparkle and that innocence of what it's like to, for example, get married for the first time, that has already come and gone. And in the Voyager, I want you to know that they will flutter into your life and they'll try to stay, they'll try to see whether they can start a connection with you, but their intention is not to stay forever. Their intention is not to actually get as vulnerable with you because, as already mentioned, they already went through some hurt and they're not ready to open up yet. There are a lot of people who go through hurt and divorces and the most terrible relationships, and they still see the sparkle when it comes to marriage. They still believe in forever, but also a lot of people get a little bitter or it takes away from it. Do you really want to be that person that walks down the aisle and you know in the Voyager that he has already cried when another woman walked down the aisle, that he already did all of that with another person? I see here within the Six of Wands that actually Spirit wants you to have a fresh start, a fresh slate, to be triumphant as the first wife, the first husband. Again, my readings are for all genders and anyone who identifies as whoever they want to identify as. But for simplicity purposes, I use he and she. Now, here within the Six of Wands, I want you to know they want you to succeed in being with someone who is a green flag. And by they, I mean your guides, your guardian angels. They know that, sure, you could go for this Voyager, but why do that? Because within the Knight of Pentacles, we have a perfectly hot, young, fresh specimen that is ready to fulfill your every wish and need. However, the thing with this person is that you will have to teach them a little bit. You'll have to be a little bit patient. But remember that it does come with a lot of plus points to be able to create a type of relationship that just suits you specifically, perfectly, and to have someone who is eager to very quickly learn and adapt to what it is that you like and what it is that you want. So I'm not talking about being Barbara the Builder and building someone for years and them never really getting there, but then as soon as they have the next person because it didn't work out with you because they never actually put in that effort that you wanted, then all of a sudden they know how to be considerate, kind, how to do birthday surprises, Valentine's Day, how to text regularly, how to say good morning, good night before they go to bed. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about someone who is devoted. I'm getting golden retriever energy here, Labrador type of energy, and they want to please. You can tell. And then you tell them once how to do it and they do it. They execute. That's what I see here for your love life coming next, my gorgeous soul. We have options. We've got the Voyager, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and we have everything that you need to know about their birth chart and the dynamic in your love life. So this was part 1 of your prediction, which I hope that you enjoyed and you found insightful. Leave a moon emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you chose group number 2, because that's the only way anyone would know. You'd have to choose group number 2 and then watch it all the way to the end and actually be a real one like that. And now we're going to delve into your life path numbers portion of this prediction. So scroll down into the description box, click your life path numbers timestamp, and then you'll be fast forwarded to the next and second portion, which is even more detailed, of your personal love reading. Hello, my beautiful, gorgeous soul of group number 3. You chose the Ephimere tarot deck in connectivity to the rose quartz crystal, which we're going to do a little close-up of so you can get acquainted with its energy and vibration. So the rose quartz crystal is a crystal that can be found in South Africa, the United States, Brazil, Japan, India, and Madagascar. This is a crystal that you've maybe already previously seen or come in contact with. Rose quartz is the stone of unconditional love and infinite peace, which may be why you chose it, specifically in context to the topic of this reading, and it is the most important crystal for the heart and the heart chakra, teaching the true essence of love. It purifies and opens the heart at all levels and brings deep inner healing and self-love. This is a stone that is calming and reassuring and excellent for use in trauma or crisis. If you want to attract love, look no further than this beautiful rose quartz. So this is the most iconic stone when it comes to love, which is probably also why you intuitively felt drawn to it, group number 3. So now I want to get into your reading and figure out precisely what is here for you when it comes to love and what spirit and your guides want you to know. I love this deck. I think it's so beautiful and artsy. It was sent to me as PR and I just cannot get enough of it. So first up, we've got the King of Coins. Now Spirit is saying there is a snack coming your way. The King of Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, practical, loyal, grounded, reliable. That's what I get here in the King of Coins. Look at the snack, defined, well built, broad shoulders, good jawline, nice hair. What more could we want, really? And we have the perfect mixture between earth sign energy, which is feminine energy, but then we have the masculinity of being the King of Pentacles, of holding the scepter, of also understanding that life is not just about money, but also about pleasure and spending time enjoying life. So this is the type of person that, of course, is a hustler. They're successful in the earthly realms, but they've only worked so hard so that, yeah, later in life they can enjoy, i.e. with you and the family that they've created. Next up, we have got the Page of Swords. What I want you to know here is that they love an outspoken, independent person, an outspoken woman, shall I say here, in the Page of Swords, or at least that is what they look to be. I want you to also know that regardless of who you identify as, please use the pronouns that are suitable for you. So here within the Page of Swords, they love someone who is confident in their own skin and in their own body. Regardless of what your body looks like, what they love is to see you stand tall, straight, to speak without fear, and they like someone who has youthful, younger energy than them. The King of Pentacles is coming into your life next when it comes to love, and there are some amazing odds that this connection will last for a good amount of time. But oh, look at that. We've got the Knight of Cups. Okay, another option for you, I see. The Knight of Cups shows us the Knight of Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is someone who is elegant, artsy. I see that they're the type of person who may have been a dancer, doing something such as ballet, creating art and music. That's what I see in the Knight of Cups, whereas the King of Pentacles is a business person. The King of Pentacles is more conservative, more old school. So you get to pick, really, my gorgeous soul of group number 3, which I'm excited about for you. And sometimes being in a little love triangle in the very early stages can be fun. Whereas, of course, don't take it too far if it's not something that you know how to handle. Next up, we've got the King of Wands. I mean, is this going to end? There are only so many male figures within this deck. I believe there are 8 male figures within this deck. And it seems as though they're all coming out for you within your reading. Group number 3, what are you doing to these men? What are you doing to these people? It must be the rose quartz energy too, though. The fact that you are so attractive. You're the type of person that everyone can see as the perfect lover. Everyone can see themselves having a family with, a long-lasting relationship with. The King of Wands is the king of fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. This is the type of person who is most likely a professional athlete or someone who works with their hands, okay? A builder, a doctor, someone who is on their feet a lot the whole day. And it is taxing on their body, but nevertheless, they have this masculine energy through and through. They never complain. They just do what needs to be done. And I see here within the 8 of Pentacles that all in all, you are meant to pick the one with whom your life is better. That's what Spirit is trying to say to you. It doesn't matter, for example, who is the richest if they're not willing to share anything with you. If they're super stingy, for example, right? Then it doesn't make sense, because why would you want to be with someone who has everything to give but doesn't want to share? So Spirit is trying to say to you, be with the person who is emotionally the most giving, financially the most secure, and also the type of person that will give you their time and attention in an undevoted and loyal manner. I know when there's so many options, group number 3, things can get a little crazy when the roster is rostering, but enjoy this time of being the center of attention. And also, the more that your roster is rostering, the less you're afraid of alienating any of them, and the more they will chase you, because when they can feel that you're not afraid to lose them, that is like the secret sauce to men when it comes to you attracting them. So here within Jupiter, you're growing and expanding in love. You've never been this confident. You felt as though, oh my goodness, am I ever going to find the right one? What is going on here in love? And what comes next, as we've seen here, is a roster building up for you. Jupiter shows that this is growing. This is a time of you also learning the fact that a lot of times guys are so much more advanced in knowing how to quote unquote play the game, because they have been entertaining a lot of women, a lot of prospects for far longer than you ever have. Like, you will meet someone and you will feel this weird sense of loyalty towards them and cut everyone else off. Meanwhile, a guy will still be texting other people far beyond that, even years into an actual committed relationship, for example. So I do see that when it comes to love, as harsh as it sounds, like, now is your time to grow and expand. Now is almost payback time where, no, you're not just going to settle. People have to prove themselves to you, because also you have options. And I see here within the 9th house that this is not coming from a place of vengeance. This is not coming from a place that is unhealthy. It's just coming from a place of having learned. The 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius, and it is also the house of long distance travel. So I see you putting in some of those air miles, traveling, seeing some of the people you're interested in other cities and other countries, and growing spiritually in the sense of understanding that you get to pick. You are the prize and you don't have to settle. There are a plethora of options for you out here, and what comes next is really going to open your eyes, especially if you have been inside all the time, if you're a homebody, if you don't go out a lot, if you're not really the type of person that has felt as though they've got options, if you have had fear of like basically dying alone, being by yourself for the rest of your life, I want you to know here in this Gemini energy that's showing up within your reading, regardless of you being a Gemini or not, I want you to know that this is all about very curious type of energy and being able to connect with more than just one person. So your guides are trying to say to you, enjoy the next stages of your love life and the freedom that comes with it, and be like this social butterfly, at least for a little bit, at least for a moment. We can lean into it, even though it may not be naturally you. It is just beautiful for you to explore another way of being in love and to not confine yourself. At the worst, you'll have some really funny stories to tell. I see here within the Hermit that Spirit wants to reiterate. I just spoke to you about being more of an introvert. The Hermit is the ultimate introvert card, but the Hermit also shows us a light coming from the Hermit. And this is about illumination, spiritual enlightenment, an aha moment. So, of course, continuing to invest in yourself first and invest time in you first, but also know that sometimes when you live a sedentary life and you spend so much time with yourself and in your own thoughts, all of a sudden, when you go out more, you'll be out in your car, you'll be out getting a matcha. That just happened to me a couple hours ago. 2 hours ago, I went out. I went to this mall not far from my home. I just wanted to get a matcha. Okay, I ended up buying a new outfit too, some chocolate, whatever. We got the matcha, and on my route home, I just felt this enlightenment. I felt the sense of, girl, you really forgot during some moments who you were. You really were hung up over some guys that, well, not guys, guy that like barely had a birth certificate, and look at you. If you were to put a picture of you and him next to each other, people could just see the radiance in your eyes and your skin, the glow. And he is not a bad person, but like we can also be real and say to ourselves, you know, sometimes we get hung up on people who haven't done the work, who are so unhealed, but they are arrogant enough to think they are the prize somehow. And that's just not the type of energy that we want to go for. So Spirit is trying to say to you, in moments where you're actually out and about and you don't expect it, you will find these epiphanies of remembering who you are, remembering how stunning you are, how much you've put in, and how here in the Seven of Coins, you really want someone who honors and values you and sees you as this beautiful rose that they delicately look at and delicately handle, and they just want to see grow and blossom more. And trust me, there are people like this out here. And when making a choice in your love life, Spirit and your guides want you to pick based on who makes you feel the most appreciated and the most wanted and the most like you can just be yourself and be vulnerable. Pick the person who sees the beauty in how much that you have accomplished at your young age and just how well spoken and intelligent that you are, because some of them will just see you for your external look. I'm getting that from the King of Wands. I'm getting this very just wanting you for the youth, for your beauty, for how you can make them appear, how you can boost their ego and boost their status. But we want to be with someone who really values us to the core and where you can feel the sincerity just radiating through them. Furthermore, I want you to know that what comes next in love for you was a Gemini in the 9th house placement that's really important, and it shows us an outspokenness in spiritual growth. So having Gemini in the 9th house, those people tend to, in the end, become leaders, tend to become public speakers, tend to become people who are really good at sharing spiritual wisdom and the epiphanies that they've gone through. And with Jupiter and Gemini in the 9th house, we just have a very kind of, in a sense, expansive energy with Jupiter and Gemini of putting your story in the spotlight a lot more. Not in the romantic sense, but I see that when it comes to career things, you are meant to be the one that inspires others. That's the kind of energy I'm getting here from this combination, and you need a partner who supports the fact that you will be a lot more well-known than you are now. You will become famous in the area of expertise that you are choosing to lean into. For you, it could be healing traumas that have to do with racism, with having gone through some sort of SA, having gone through depression, for example. You know, this depends on your story, but you need a partner who is secure in themselves and strong, because for one, you will be inspiring people. For two, you will get notoriety, and you may actually also end up being the one who makes the big bucks. Even if your partner does well for themselves, I do see here that there's definitely a huge windfall when it comes to finances for your career and your accomplishments, and you can't be with someone who isn't secure in themselves, who isn't confident. Now, group number 3, this is the first part of your reading that I received for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Leave a butterfly emoji below in the comment section to confirm that you selected group number 3 for the first part of your reading, and also to just affirm your transformation from caterfly. Interesting, caterfly. Wow, Vanessa, this is a new one. From caterpillar to butterfly. But I gotta say, I really like caterfly somehow. It's like this in between of there always being more transformative stages to be done. So you're forever like both caterfly, a caterpillar, and a butterfly. I actually really, really like that. Can we just make this our thing, Unicorn Fam? Can we just know that I was the originator of the caterfly? I think this has to become a thing. But anyways, you guys, by the way, if you agree, let me know in the comment section. Comment caterfly, and I'll know that you're part of group number 3 and you're really feeling this. So group 3, now we'll move on to your life path numbers portion of this reading. So all you need to do is click your life path number and you will be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of your love story. So I can't wait to catch you over there. Hello, my beautiful life path number 1s. You guys are also known as the leaders and the innovators. Your traits are independence, being very ambitious, determined, innovative, as well as confident. If that resonates, then make sure that you let everyone know below in the comment section that you indeed are a life path number 1. As a life path number 1, you are a natural leader that's often driven to achieve and to be at the forefront of any endeavor. You are said to be a pioneer, always seeking new and innovative ways to approach life. As a life path number 1, your determination and self-reliance makes you successful with whatever it is that you set your mind towards. But, of course, also be mindful to develop patience and understanding in your relationship with others, as this is precisely what we're looking at within this reading of yours. This is a love reading, your singles love reading. This is a timeless one, as you know. So whenever you tune into this video is precisely when you are supposed to receive these messages in regards to your love life. So let's see what Spirit has to say for you. All right, so the Queen of Rods represents the queen of the element of fire. This shows us that when it comes to you and being a life path number 1, you are a doer. When it comes to love, you are the type of person who doesn't like to guess about whether you're in a relationship, whether this person is obsessed with you or not. You just want to know. You don't have time for games. And I want you to know that when it comes to your love life, this is actually a really healthy trait for you to have, because rather than some other life path numbers that will get stuck in situationships for far longer than they probably should, as a life path number 1, you are the type that gets in and gets out at a good rate, okay, at a good time. Of course, you need to allow people to prove themselves and to get to know you, but typically, what's amazing about you is that you don't stay for too long, like for example, decades in a relationship you shouldn't be in. Next up, we have the 10 of Coins. Now, the 10 of Coins shows us here that romantically speaking, when it comes to your love life, we've got fulfillment ahead of you. We've got a time of you having everything that you desire and more when it comes to love. And here, the 10 of Coins also represents that as a life path number 1, your love life is supposed to be successful in the earthly realms. So you having an amazing career and being with someone who also has an equally amazing career path, because you can't be with someone who is boring. You can't be with someone who isn't ambitious, because otherwise you are exclusively in your masculine energy, and that will throw the relationship off balance, because you're not meant to only be in one type of energy. We all have masculine and feminine energies, and for you it's important that you can express both and be in both in your romantic relationships. I see here in the 5 of Coins that when someone isn't successful, when someone is in a way unambitious, it can never work in a romantic relationship with you. That is when there's just friction. That is when there's just a loss of respect, because you yourself are a busy bee. You are the type of person that always is active, that's always doing something, that always has something going on. So for you to just be with someone that sits around and does nothing, it is not a vibe. Group number one, I mean life path number one, of course. So I do see here that being with someone that just is not on the same wavelength is most likely not going to be a good match for you. Here within the Ace of Elixirs, we've got a love potion. So Spirit is trying to say to you that love potions are what's up for you next. Creating your own love potions, that is something that you can do whenever you feel called to just increase the amount of love in your life, or actually attract that soulmate and twin flame. One thing that I recommend that you do is to take some water, put a rose quartz in it, pray on that water, meditate on that water, set the intention of who you would like to attract into your life, romantically speaking, with that water. And then, if you like, place that water, for example, in a place where you can see it for the rest of the day, like having that glass next to your desk, or even watering your plants with it, because then you're watering your plants with the intention of love. And as you see your plants grow, as that water nourishes the soil and the plant, you will also find that your love potion makes love in your life grow. Another thing here with the Ace of Elixirs is that this is a symbol of a new beginning in love. So a new lover coming into your life soon, my beautiful life path number one. And you may ask yourself, all right, Vanessa, soon is very good. I'm happy about that, but how soon? And I want us to figure out from Spirit precisely how soon that this is going to be. So we've got the Hermit. The Hermit shows us here that though you are a leader, and although you are the type of person that others look up to and find really independent and inspiring, you have a lot of homebody qualities to you. You have a lot of qualities to you where it's time for you to put yourself out there. So Spirit is saying to you, look, they will come to you when you put yourself out there a little more. At the moment, you're not doing that enough. At the moment, you're a little bit too much in a sedentary place. But you may have had an idea of how to put yourself out there not long ago, like thinking of signing up to a dating app, or for example, going out a little more, going to other parts of town that you usually wouldn't visit, not to look desperate or like you're looking for something, but just to, run your errands, or go have some nice lunches, some nice dinners, perhaps go to a coffee shop, even by yourself, to just do work, but at the same time be open to the possibility of love. And Spirit is confirming that opportunity will knock, and then it will be time for you to go for it, for you to explore this romantic connection. Now, going for it means stepping out of your comfort zone, stepping out of what you're used to right now, and trying something different, trying something new with your love life. I'll just put your card right here. And it is definitely all about looking at things from the lens of you get to create your own bubble, your own world, your own sphere, and your own romantic reality. And if you, for example, want to meet someone who is refined, who is successful, go to the affluent areas of your city or of your town. Go to cafes there, relax there. Make sure that you're engaging in different hobbies that also attract people who are affluent. If you would like to attract someone who is, for example, very much into spirituality, go to breath workshops, go to yoga workshops. Engage in these different places where you're more likely to meet such an individual. Why leave it up to chance when you can create? Now here, within gratitude, be grateful for all that you have right now. That will attract a lover who is just as positive and grateful, because trust me, you don't want to spend the rest of your life with someone who's constantly complaining. You want to express gratitude and the importance of gratitude. And the more that you're grateful for your life right now, the more the universe and your guides will see, oh, life path number one is actually grateful and ready now. Grateful and ready ahead of the experience of having found their twin flame or their soulmate. So let me bless life path number one a little more. Let me give life path number one a little more to be happy about, and see whether they're still grateful, and see whether they're still humble. Next, we've got get more information. I want you to know here, life path number one, being a pioneer in many different ways in life is definitely sometimes putting you in positions where you haven't gotten enough information about a situation and you're asking yourself why it isn't working out. So if, for example, love is a big question mark in your life, get more information about how you can kind of undo this question mark in the sense of, all right, am I even putting myself out there enough? Am I even considering the fact that maybe I am in my home the whole time or all I'm doing is working? And what am I supposed to do? Wait for my dream person to break into my home? So the thing here that Spirit wants you to say is no to that. All right, no, we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to be honest about what's going on here in love and why you are still single, especially if this is something that you're looking to change in the near future. No more cop-outs, no more excuses. Spirit is calling you out and Spirit is saying to you, no, now's the time to act. Now's the time to be grateful and to feel as though you're already in a relationship, even though you're maybe not. But feeling the emotion ahead of time is what will allow you to create the experience in the 3D right now. And I want you to practice gratitude and saying no to everything that isn't the love life you desire. Putting yourself out there, and also know in the Ace of Elixirs, we do have a sign, a symbol, that your lover is coming sooner than you ever expected it to be. We also have a lot of this blooming, blossoming kind of vibe and flowers here. So I want you to know that during a time in which a lot of very colorful, gorgeous flowers are blooming and blossoming, you will have a special someone coming into your life. So we've got summertime for you. We've got also a late autumn type of vibe that I'm getting here within your reading. And of course, don't be afraid, life path number 1, to put yourself out there in ways that you maybe haven't done before, and be okay with having your standards and keeping those standards high. Now, life path number 1, this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, life path number 2. You are also called the Peacemaker. Your traits are said to be that you are very diplomatic, sensitive, yet cooperative. You're empathetic and supportive. As a life path number 2, you are known for your ability to mediate and create harmony. You're like the glue that keeps a family and everyone together. You're an excellent team player, you value relationships, and you seek to understand others. That is also why when traveling, you love to immerse yourself in other cultures. Your sensitivity and empathy make you a compassionate friend and romantic partner. You excel in roles that require tact and diplomacy. However, you should be cautious about becoming overly dependent on other people's approval, and you need to develop your self-confidence a little more. But let's move into it, my gorgeous life path number 2, to see what you need to know about your love life. And if this resonated, then let everyone know below that you're life path number 2 to confirm. So here we've got the Page of Elixirs as well as the Death card. I want you to fear not that the Death card appeared, because the Death card is actually just symbolic of a new beginning, of a transition. And being single, wanting to unsingle yourself, this is an amazing card to show up. The Page of Elixirs shows us here that you are going to be eternally youthful. You have got this Page of Elixirs kind of energy going for you. And whenever you desire a fresh start in love, you're always going to be successful, and there's always going to be someone out here that actually wants to be in a committed relationship with you, because you always have this eternally youthful energy to you, not just physically, but also energetically. You always have a very, I don't want to say childlike or naive, but you know when someone is like in their 70s and they still have youthful, fun energy, and it radiates throughout them, and it seems like they're so much younger than their peers just through the energy and being the person who is open-minded always, who gets excited for newness and new things. And in correspondence to the Death card, I do want you to know that if you're in a situationship or you've been in a relationship where you found that your value just wasn't really being seen, breaking it off soon, ASAP, is what Spirit wants you to do, because you don't need that. You can start fresh any day, anytime. Even if you're 40 years old, there will be people who are crazy about you and want you. You're not expired or old news. You're never too old to find true love. And life path number 2, Spirit just wants you to know that even if a lot of people around you are in these relationships that seem like you're behind, or you're not really where you should be, or you're not in a place where you've got a stable life or environment, nonsense, group number 2. You're taking your time to find the right one, not just someone. Next up, we've got the 4 of Rods. Now, the 4 of Rods shows us here that once you are in a committed relationship, you will be building a legacy for your future kids. I see within the 4 of Rods that you are building something that they can still benefit from and that will give them peace of mind. So creating financial stability for your offspring is one thing I see here in the 4 of Rods. And then the Ace of Rods shows us that you're starting a business romantically with your romantic partner. So starting a business romantically, what I meant by that is that the person with whom you'll be in a relationship with is the same person with whom you are going to build this business with, and with whom you're going to strive to create more. And I do also see here that there will be some philanthropic pursuits with this person, because you both want to give back and you're both people who really love to be there for others. As a life path number 2, you are an amazing person to be in a relationship with, because you don't like drama, you don't like arguing, and you're a very honest, upfront type of individual. Now, Spirit wants you to boss up when it comes to love and to get in and get out quickly. What this means is that if you have a weird feeling about a person, get out. We don't need to waste our time to see what this weird feeling is about, just to find out that actually they have like 3 other girlfriends or potentials within their roster that they're actively seeing, even though you've been with them for months. We don't need to see through this feeling that actually they don't value you as much. Therefore, in a relationship, they want to split all of the bills, and they're kind of being very cheap with you in a way that you wouldn't be, especially if you were in their position. We don't need to see through where this is going to go when we already have all the red flags right here. That's one thing that I want you to know here within Boss Up. Just because you can do things for yourself and you're successful doesn't mean that you should be in a relationship with someone who lets you do everything by yourself. Then you might as well be alone. That will bring you a lot more. Now, within Endless Serendipity, my gorgeous life path number 2s, when you boss up and when you pack your stuff and move on quickly without wasting your time and your energy, you will actually find that before you know it, you're with someone who wants to make your life so much better and easier, who wants to do everything for you, and who celebrates you every single step of the way. That's what I see within Endless Serendipity. And we've also got these perfect moments. I have travel plans for you, spending time outside of the country, and perfect moments, beachy waves, bikinis, tans, SPF. I'm getting this whole picture of you with this person. It's so romantic. And a proposal, a beach proposal, being with someone where you just feel like, oh, how did I get so blessed and so lucky? What did I do to deserve this? There is just so much love and care and peace here. And as a life path number 2, being a peacemaker, this is so beautiful for you to experience on your romantic journey, and it's such a gorgeous initiation into your forever relationship. Don't stop. Life path number 2, you're doing everything right. If you needed confirmation about whether you're spending the right amounts of time being concerned with your love life, whether you're doing the things you're supposed to do, yes, you are. Just don't stop. Keep putting yourself out there. Keep being open to love. I do want you to know here, you stop doubting yourself is when you're on this frequency of expecting the best. And when you expect, when you let go of the thought of anything negative, but instead you just expect the best, that is when you will find that the best finds you every single time. So let go of the old you, let go of any kind of feeling that isn't in alignment with what you want. They say if you have expectation, then you can be disappointed, but this is about the right kind of expectation. So not expecting, for example, the perfect person to appear in 2 hours from now, but actually expecting the best in your life and in your love life and seeing how that appears, rather than being in a place of expecting worry, expecting more of what you don't want. This is about letting go of all of the unhelpful thoughts and generating the helpful ones. And the thing is, a lot of people say, oh, you should just completely let go of any expectation. That is one way to do it, but why just be neutral and lukewarm when you can be in the positive? It makes complete sense to not expect more negativity, to not overthink, to not be in an energy or vibration of anxiety. But rather than being in that, we don't have to just say we don't expect anything. We can expect the best. Why not put ourselves in the frequency of positive rather than just neutralizing negativity? That's what your guides want you to do here for your love life, life path number 2. And also remember, your eternal youthfulness, your eternal baby face, and amazing skin quality is definitely a huge plus in this world that is a little vain, okay, that does put a lot of emphasis on looks. And you'll always have this to your advantage, but step into more confidence when you enter a room. Like, shoulders back, chest up, chin up. Make sure that you enter rooms showing that you are confident about yourself and that you understand your worth, your value, and that you are attractive. My gorgeous life path number 2, I hope that this reading resonated and that you found it insightful. Let me know below in the comment section, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, life path number 3. You are said to be the communicator, the creative, expressive, sociable, and optimistic one of the life path numbers. You're very charismatic, and as a life path number 3, you're often very artistic and you love to express yourself, which means that as a lover in a romantic relationship, you are so beautiful and fun to be around because you know how to express yourself in really meaningful ways. You're the type of life path number that always gives the most thoughtful gifts. Even if you don't have a lot of money to spend on a gift, for example, you will make it the most memorable and thoughtful thing that you possibly can. You are amazing at communicating through writing, art, music, and speaking. And you're so charming, and your enthusiasm can light up any room. And often, you are said to be the life of the party and the guest that people love to invite because you can talk to absolutely anyone. You're a natural communicator and you inspire others with your optimism. But it's important that you don't scatter your energy, and you should work on maintaining focus and discipline for what you want. Let's see how this affects your love life. We've got the 4 of Wands. We have a depiction of you feeling very confident and comfortable with another person. I do want you to see here that when it comes to romantic love, you need to feel secure. You need to feel like you can trust, like you can rely on the person that you're with, and like they've got your back. That's what I see here for the 4 of Wands. You definitely need someone who is even more well-versed at life than you are. So someone who is mature, someone who is stable, someone who knows what they want. Because as a life path number 3, you're already a very outgoing and fun life of the party type of personality compared to the other life path numbers. And you don't need someone who constantly wants to put themselves into the spotlight. What you really need is a person that understands that you need a bit more grounding in your life, that because you are often so all over the place and so artsy, what you really desire in a relationship is stability. And here within the 9 of Swords, I do want you to know that as a life path number 3, what often happens is that people fall in love with you who are already in committed relationships, even with kids, even married. You have this irresistible it factor that a lot of people just want to be around. And often you've got people falling in love with you because of your goddess, divine, beautiful feminine energy that you know how to express. You don't do it on purpose, but it just happens. It doesn't mean that you engage in this, but you're just in this siren type of vibe and energy that attracts a lot of people to you that even quote unquote shouldn't be attracted to you and should be minding their own business and taking care of their own relationships. So that means life path number 3, always be careful when you're just dating someone to ensure that they are for sure single, all right? That they don't have some sort of hidden relationship somewhere or another life. I see here in the King of Coins that the best signs for you that are actually reliable are Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Now, these are the signs that the King of Coins represents, as the King of Coins shows us this tortoise upon which, we have this tree that's being able to be carried around slowly but surely, that was able to grow. And the King of Coins represents someone who has a slow and steady approach where everything is fruitful and who is financially very successful and dependable. The King of Coins also shows us here that this is the type of person who understands that just because a lot of people fantasize about being with you and a lot of people would like a little piece of you, that doesn't mean that you will ever entertain that or engage in that. So you need someone who is self-confident. Next up, we've got the Devil. All right, life path number 3. The Devil is depicted here in form of this flaming red snake, and it represents that there is temptation. And it makes a lot of sense with the 9 of Swords and what we spoke about, that you are just so tempting for others. You will always have people flirting with you, people wanting to be with you. It's important that you pick the ones who have a very pure heart and pure intent with you, because you'll always have some people around you that love the way that you look or they love your energy, but you want to be with someone who appreciates you for you. Also in your quiet moments, the days where you don't feel cute, where you just want to wear like an oversized t-shirt and some sort of like shorts, and you don't want to dress up, you don't want to put on makeup, you don't want to do your hair, or however your beauty regimen looks. You want someone who loves the authentic you, even though it can be tempting to sometimes go with an individual that is head over heels for you. But we have to make sure that the head over heels energy is coming from the right place. Nevertheless, life path number 3, your love life is going to be a success. So if you've been worrying about this, your angels are here to confirm with you there's nothing to worry about. Your love life is heading in the right direction. You're doing all of the things that you quote unquote should be doing for a successful love life. And you have nothing to worry about romantically speaking. Your love life will play out beautifully. Next up, we have a year from now. A year from now, everything is going to be different, life path number 3, and you're going to find that your love life has completely transformed your life. Your entire world looks different. You've traveled more. You've been to more countries, and you're divinely protected by your angels, and you're stepping into your purpose with your love story and your love life, because your love life is allowing you to embrace and express yourself in more ways than you could before. So being with someone who's actually supportive. We have another confirmation in case you were wondering, how do I know that this reading is really for me as a life path number 3? Well, we've got expressive, which is one of the things that we spoke about when describing you as a life path number. You are expressive, you're the type of person who is very artsy. We have a harp depicted here, and harps may have always been something you've had a natural affinity towards, and perhaps you've even kind of experienced or dreamt of at some point playing a harp. So the harp showing up shows us a very harmonious love life, and a year from now having a love life where you've overcome the temptations. I mean, you will always be tempting to certain people, even if you're married, even if you have kids, even if you're advanced in age, you'll always be attractive, but that is not your problem. The thing here that we have confirmed within your reading is that you are loyal, and that loyalty is something that you can also expect back from the partner that you're with. Loyalty is so important to you as well as the person with whom your love life will play out with, and I want you to know, life path number 3, that being loyal is the most beautiful trait that you've got, because a lot of people in this day and age, they don't know how to be loyal anymore. But you have a little bit of this old school personality which I want you to know is serving your love life dearly. Now, life path number 3, and this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you found it insightful and that you enjoyed it. Make sure that you let me know below in the comment section. Furthermore, if you love the crystal rings that I'm wearing here within this reading, and you would like some of these crystal rings, I've got them on bowlife.com, which is my store. They all ship worldwide. Make sure that you check that out in order to add one of these beautiful pieces to your crystal jewelry collection. Now, life path number 3, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, life path number 4. You are also known as the builder. You're practical, disciplined, hardworking, reliable, and detail-oriented. As a life path number 4, you are known for your strong work ethic and your very practical approach to life, and also love. You are known to be the builders. You lay solid foundations for your future, as well as the future that you will have with a lover and with a family. And through careful planning and consistent effort, you often create things that are bigger than anyone expected them to be, but you already knew that life would be successful. Now, your reliability and attention to detail make you invaluable to any project or job, but you should make sure that you don't become too rigid or stubborn, and you should strive for balance with work, relaxation, and your love life. Let's see what messages that Spirit has. I shuffled the cards for you. We've got 2 cards that energetically felt like they had to be revealed as the first cards within your reading, so let's see what your guides have to say for you. When it comes to your love life, you are becoming nobody. And this is actually a great thing because your romantic life allows you to completely reinvent and revamp yourself. So starting from a fresh slate, starting from a place where you don't feel like you're pressured to be a certain way, is actually going to create a type of dynamic in your relationship that is going to allow you to follow your dreams. That's what we've got here within your jar of dreams. Being with someone who wants you to always be the same person that they met at the start of the relationship. They want you to look the same way. They want you to be in the same job. They want you to have the same aspirations. That's not for you. Even though you are the builder who is said to love stability, at the same time, you also love to build new things. You love to engage in new projects that you've never tried before, rather than just constantly repeating the same thing. So becoming nobody and writing on a blank page is something that you want to be able to do time and time again, even in a committed romantic relationship, and you need space to do that. With an upside down, I do see that for you, what comes next in your love life is seeing things from a completely different perspective. Like being single, for example, rather than seeing it as, in a sense, loneliness or being by yourself, you're seeing it upside down, as in, this might be my last opportunity to only focus on myself, to be quote unquote selfish, to do what I want and not have to consider a partner, because, well, I'm going to be in a forever relationship. I'm going to be in a lifelong marriage and commitment. So this is a time in my life that's actually really rare and I should really enjoy rather than want to be over very quickly. So you're actually seeing things from perspectives that are always supportive and helpful to you, rather than seeing things from a perspective that make you feel less than or make you feel worried. Here within the grounded card, I can see that for you, life path number 4, you love a very sincere, honest, grounded type of relationship that is rooted in, first and foremost, liking one another, and you don't like for people to be too extravagant. That's just not your kind of thing. If someone is financially illiterate, not good with money, overspends or wears all of these designer things, but can't even keep a job or doesn't even have anything else to show, that is a big no-no for you. You like grounded and humble types of individuals. And I see here within demanding that the reason why you like this is because you have been with the other type of individual, you've seen how it goes, and you don't have time for someone who is very demanding. You have your own demands in love that you would like fulfilled, and you don't really want someone who is equally demanding, which I know sounds bad in a sense, but let's be real. None of us really want to deal with someone who is robbing us of our last nerve, especially when you're working hard and building a legacy and building and projects that require a lot of your time and effort, because you're a very work-oriented type of life path number. So you don't need someone who brings drama. You need someone who kind of can deal with the little drama that you bring from time to time, and that's the most that you want in any romantic relationship, because drama is just not your thing. Now, here within Illusion, your guides want you to embrace the truth, life path number 4. Now, embracing the truth means being honest with yourself on your romantic journey. If someone doesn't text you very often and you can just feel that the enthusiasm is lukewarm, embrace the truth. And the truth is, that's how they feel about you. They are not hiding their deep, undying love for you. No, if someone is lukewarm, embrace that truth and ask yourself if that's really what you want. Because life path number 4, I want more for you. I want someone with whom you know that your children are protected. I want someone with whom you know that you are protected, where you think, oh, who would be an amazing person to have kids with and build a family and legacy with? You immediately think of this individual and no one else, and you know they will be there, whether it is during a time of labor, whether it is during a time of being in hospital, of not being well, of having to kind of decide what schools to pick, what vacations to go on. If you want to stay home and you don't want to work anymore and take care of kids, and it doesn't matter whether you identify as male or female, but you want to be able to count on this person, you want them to be dependable. And for that, you need someone who is infatuated and obsessed with you. You deserve nothing less, life path number 4, and I want you to stay in your grounded energy and to be demanding until you find someone that naturally meets those demands. And on top of that is just like, wait, that's all? I want a bigger list of things to do. Now, life path number 4, never settle for less. As a life path number 4, you are such an amazing partner with whom you can build a life with, and you deserve the same kind of energy in return. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that you found it insightful. Let me know below in the comment section that you are a life path number 4 to represent your life path number. Thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my gorgeous life path number 5. You are also known as the adventurer. You are free-spirited, adventurous, adaptable, energetic, and mega curious. As a life path number 5, you thrive on change and adventure. You're the type of life path number that is constantly seeking new experiences and knowledge, and your adaptability and how resourceful you can be makes you a fantastic partner to be with. You're the type of partner with whom one can actually navigate life's ups and downs with ease. You are a natural explorer, an innovator, and it's important that you try to get some rest too. Life path number 5, when's the last time you actually slept for 8 full hours? All right, let's get into your love reading to figure out precisely what this means in regards to your love life as a single. So within unappreciated, I can see that life path number 5, unfortunately, you do have this faith of having been unappreciated in many previous relationships and situations in which you really did not belong in. You did not belong in a situation where you were treated like you were not special, like you were unlovable. You did not deserve all that ish, life path number 5. And as an adventurer, that can really take the wind out of your sails. But we're done with that, life path number 5. I see here within expressive that it is either people who are allowing you to be expressive that are allowed around you, or none. I see here within unappreciated that you have to be in a relationship in which you can express yourself and also in which you can travel and be free. Someone who is extra possessive and jealous in an unhealthy way, these individuals, they need to stay away from my life path number 5s, all right? And if you're having an issue with any one of them, send me their address, send me their number. I just want to talk. I just want to talk. Next up, we've got peaceful. Yes, life path number 5. You are already on such a high naturally through life. You naturally are so much more energetic than the other life path numbers that all we need for you in love is peacefulness. All we need for you in love is to be able to be loved in accordance to the love that you give, reciprocity, right? Not just a taker, but someone who is a giver as well, because you are a giver. You're the type of person where when you want to express yourself and put your love declarations out there, oh, you will, and it will not be missed. And I do see here that it's so important for whoever you're with that they understand precisely that you are the kind of giver that's ready to receive. You're ready for the next step. You're ready for commitment. You're ready for a real relationship that can last a lifetime. And the thing here with being ready is that you have to match with others who are ready as well. Someone who says to you, I'm not sure whether I am prepared for that real relationship. I'm not sure if I'm ready to be committed. No, life path number 5. They are not meant for you. You are not meant for them. I don't want you in that situation because you deserve better. You deserve a peaceful life where you know that your person is there for you regardless of what life throws at you. So you know where you stand. You don't deserve any less than that. Here within meditation brings answers. I see for life path number 5 that being still sometimes is really medicine. And if you've been falling off on your meditation practice, or it's just quite frankly speaking, been difficult for you to do because you do have a more restless nature, I just want you to know that this is really the answer to a lot of the questions you have in love, and also a lot of the situations in which you're maybe feeling stuck or you're entertaining something for longer than you should. So meditation brings answers, and you can have the duality. Sometimes I meditate and then I put on some really cool beats or even like house music and dance to it as though I'm in some sort of concert, as though I'm at some sort of rave or something like that. So here within the owl, follow your intuition, life path number 5. You know what's best for you in love, and you also know when someone is actually serious. There's a difference between a person saying, I'm not sure and I need a little more time, and it's early on, versus someone you've been giving your heart and soul to and they're like, I'm not sure about you actually, life path number 5. I need to put you through a few more months of me getting all the benefits of you, but giving you zero commitment. What kind of BS is that? I do see here within Legends that you're meant to remember, life path number 5, you are iconic. You are the type of life path number that leaves a mark on people's lives in the best possible manner. Live it, express it, show people that you get that too, that you understand it as well. The thing with life path number 5 is like, I don't think you get how iconic you are. I don't think you understand how inspiring that you are the teacher, that you are the adventurer that breaks barriers in so many different ways. You break the social norms. You break norms when it comes to race, when it comes to age, when it comes to gender, when it comes to socioeconomic backgrounds. And I want you to know here that you can learn from those who inspire you, but also you are an icon yourself. And icons deserve to be with people who at the least, see that they're icons, at the least value and respect them, at the least reciprocate all of the love and energy that is really irreplaceable that you put into relationships. So I wanted to remind you of that, life path number 5. That's really what Spirit had for you within this reading. It was a reminder of who the F you are, and to never settle for anyone that takes you out of that feeling of knowing who you are and understanding that you are special, you are iconic, you are literally a legend who deserves the type of love that they give. Now, life path number 5, let me know below in the comment section how you like this reading, that you enjoyed it. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for spending this divine time and space with me. Right, before I forget, you can also check out all of my crystal rings and my online courses below in the description box. And I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming videos. Hello, life path number 6. You're known as the nurturer. And by the way, I'm a life path number 6 as well, which I'm so excited for us to get into precisely what love has in store for us for the future. Now, you are said to be a caring, responsible, nurturing, supportive, and community-oriented life path number. Life path number 6 individuals are the caregivers. That's why we're called the nurturers. And we're often drawn to roles where we can help and support others. hence why I am a tarot reader, and you do what you do to support others. My gorgeous fellow life path number 6. So whether it's in personal endeavors or your professional lives as a life path number 6, we are highly compassionate, and we also sense like a duty of being reliable and loving friends and family members. And one thing that's important for life path number 6, especially in love, is to be cautious of becoming overbearing or neglecting our own needs while caring for others. But let's see what our guides have to say about that. Okay, big happy changes coming for our love lives. I love seeing this, my gorgeous fellow life path number 6s. Big happy changes coming your way. I can't wait for us to see what these big happy changes are, but Spirit is starting off our reading with a bang. Next up, we've got compromise. Okay, so in the past, you may have thought to yourself, in order for big happy changes to come, I have to compromise on every corner and every nook and cranny. I have to make so many compromises. Will this love life even be what I want at the end of the day? But I want you to know here that the compromises that you're making are so minuscule in comparison to the big happy changes that you're gaining. You're not even going to feel like you're compromising. You're not even going to feel as though you're making yourself small for anything. I see here within communicate clearly that for you moving forward, what actually happens is that through clear communication, you will find that you get everything that you desire. As a life path number 6, because you're the natural nurturer and in a sense also the people pleaser, it can be hard for you to communicate clearly what you want and what you desire because you don't want to seem needy or like a burden. But here, within communicating clearly, compromising, and the big happy changes that Spirit brings for us as messages for you, it is very clear that once you open up to just saying what your needs are and what you want, you will find that things fall into place because now people know precisely what you desire, what you're going for, and you'll get there because people love clarity. The universe loves clarity. And unrecognized, I can see here that in many, many ways you have gone unrecognized and unnoticed, especially if you're a creative and you've always wanted to have a little bit of fame and recognition and for your art to be seen for what it is and for you to be seen for who you are. I want you to know that when you communicate clearly, that's what you can do about being unrecognized and going from that place to being recognized, to being seen, to being that person that is actually, at the end of the day, untamable. You have a spirit within you that isn't so predictable like people know you to be. You have another version, another side of you that is very untamable, that is in a sense like this dragon spirit, if you will. And when it comes to love, that actually puts you in a position where your lover has so much fun being with you because you are like multiple partners in one. You have multiple personalities. And I don't mean that in a scary way in the sense of that you have some disorder that you're dealing with. Of course, if you are dealing with some mental health issues, then for you that may not always be very easy. But I would say for the larger portion of you who actually have multiple personalities in a way that isn't hard to deal with, that is fun, you make for this amazing partner that brings stability but also excitement. Now we've got big changes showing up again for you. We already had this show up at the start of your reading, life path number 6. So these big changes, these big happy changes are coming sooner rather than later because Spirit is reiterating, Spirit is doubling down, telling you, hey, these big happy changes are coming. This is a huge difference. This is a huge change that we have coming your way. And we also have the dove right here within the big changes. And I want you to know here within the dove that has showed up within your reading, this is an animal of peace. This is a symbol of you being at a point where, yeah, you know what? These big happy changes bring peace to me. Now I can relax and my love life is where I want it to be. It's peaceful. It's good. It's been a huge change. And tell it like it is symbolic of the iconic version of you that speaks up, that says what they want. Remember how we had communicate clearly? Spirit is really doubling down within your reading, telling you how important it is for you to be outspoken, for you to say what you want, for you to tell it like it is, communicate clearly, allow these big happy changes to come for you, and to not feel as though You have to decide between being kind, nurturing, caring, but also asking for what you want and getting it. You can have both. Here within Devoted, Spirit sees as though you are this type of person where once they have devoted themselves to something, whether it's your career, a loved one, a marriage, you are the type of person that is not going to stop when it comes to caring for that. Once you are devoted, you're in it. You are not looking left and right. You are the type of person who is fiercely loyal, who would never stray. And I definitely see here within Devoted that it's so important that you realize that you are hard to come by. You are a rare breed. Now here within Guide, your spirit guides are telling you that your love is divinely guided. The more that you speak up and say what you desire, the more you will actually attract the type of people into your life that you know are the ones who will give you what you desire, not because they feel forced to, but because they're actually showing and reflecting how you value yourself. Because when you value yourself and you expect the best for yourself, others will value you in that way too. Others will give you exactly what you expect because you're not afraid to ask for it, and you do it with a type of energy, not of entitlement, but of certainty that you are deserving of it. And that changes everything. Now, my gorgeous life path number 6s, thank you so much for being here, for spending this divine time and space with me. Don't forget to check out my crystal jewelry and all of my tarot and oracle decks that I have self-published and created from scratch on bowlife.com. It's linked below in the description box. And of course, I also have my iconic courses there where you can learn tarot, and you can also learn how to create, publish, and sell your very own decks. So make sure that you check that out, my beautiful souls and life path number 6s. Wherever you are in this world, know that I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, life path number 7. Welcome to your portion of this video. I hope that you enjoyed the first part where you got to pick from the groups at the start of this reading. But now let's talk all things life path number 7. You are also known as the life path called the Seeker, because you are introspective, analytical, spiritual, wise, but can also be pretty reserved. As a life path number 7, you are the type that always seeks for deeper meaning in synchronicities and in life. You're a thinker and a philosopher. You're drawn to spirituality and intellectual pursuits. Your analytical mind and quest for knowledge is what makes you so wise and insightful. So you've probably heard that you are wise beyond your years many times before, or people couldn't even believe your age when you used to speak as a kid because they felt like you were so much more mature beyond what your biological age was saying. Now, you may need to work on balancing your introspective nature with social interactions so that you don't become too isolated, but let's see precisely what's going on here within your reading. So within the goddess, it is completely clear that you've got this divine goddess type of energy, and your guides want you to know that when it comes to love, this means that you pick great partners because you've been through the ringer. You've seen what it's like to pick people who don't really value you or treat you like this goddess or god that you are, whoever you identify as, of course. And you're just not doing it anymore because why should you? You don't have to. So why settle for that? Why settle for something when you can do better? Next up, we've got guide. So I do see for you here, beautiful life path number 7, you often turn into the guide. You often turn into the person that is leading everyone else in the right direction because others trust you. And in a romantic relationship, you are meant to be the leader even if your partner doesn't know it. So by that, I mean, even if your partner feels as though they're in full control, you're still the one who's actually leading the relationship and who's actually pushing it in the direction that you want, but you're doing it in a very like low-key type of way, so they never really feel it, and that gives your partner a feeling of being in control even though they're not. And the thing here within receptive is that you're such a chameleon that you can deal with anyone in any situation because you have the emotional intelligence to do it. But within receptive and also the number 13, I want you to know that this shows that when someone tells you something, you take it on board, and not only do you use that to make the relationship better, but it also tells you a lot about who that person is internally. And that way you can use that knowledge in order to steer the relationship down a healthy route and path that you want it to go down. So I do want you to know here that when it comes to your love life, you are the secret leader and you are the one that calls the shots, but your partner is never truly going to know. And I see here within healthy boundaries that this all comes after you've experienced some trauma, some deceit, some letdowns that really shouldn't have been yours to experience at this point in your life and at this point in time. But you know what? It happened. We got through it. We learned from it. We dealt with it. And now you're just this gorgeous life path number 7 that you have become. But you have a lot of dark demons and confessions within you that need to be kind of shared. You have to be able to speak. You have to be able to be honest. And I do see here that because you're so introspective and analytical, if you don't have a partner with whom you can be honest with and kind of share absolutely all of your thoughts with, it's going to be like a golden cage. It's going to be a very challenging situation for you to be in, to live in, to exist in. And of course, we don't want that for you, life path number 7. We want you to be able to speak up and to be honest about all of the traumas and your past experiences that you've been through. Spirit is, however, warning you that when dating, don't share this too early on. That's a big no-no. People have to earn your trust, and you have to keep those healthy boundaries up and going until you feel as though enough time has passed in order to let someone in. And I know it's not always about a certain amount of time. What's also important is how people make each other feel and how they interact with one another and how deep the bond is. But at the same time, time still is an important factor and still shouldn't be underestimated in how people subconsciously judge you. Like, for example, if you go on a date and you are too intimate with someone too early on, too quickly, that is still often subconsciously judged, even if people are not going to admit that it is. So within peaceful resolution, know here that your love life is actually going to come to this really nice resolution where you have been through your ups and downs and your challenges. You've been through failed relationships. And then what comes next is actually you understanding how to maneuver relationships down to a T. You just become better at them so that when you meet the right person, you know exactly how to behave, you know exactly how to guide the relationship towards success. Because I truly believe that sometimes two people would be amazing together, but it doesn't work out because they're very inexperienced on how to handle relationships and inexperienced in actually seeing the value in a partner that is before them, that is an amazing partner. So sometimes people still think, oh, there's better out there, there's more out there, and they don't really realize that what they have before them is the most amazing partner that they could ever get. And here within Ask for Help from Others, I want you to know, my gorgeous life path number 7s, that there's nothing wrong in asking for help, and that's probably even how you're going to meet your special someone, by simply asking them for help, not having thought that it would turn into anything. It was just more you asking someone for support and help, and then that person turning into your future partner, your future spouse, from a place where all you asked of was a little bit of insight, a little bit of help, support, maybe their expertise on something, and then you got into talking, and all of a sudden you developed this deep kind of feeling of wanting to be with one another, of wanting to be together. So that's one thing that I see here for life path number 7 for your path and journey with love. Now, my beautiful life path number 7, this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Feel free to let me know below in the comment section. And of course, don't forget to check out my crystal jewelry. It's linked in the description box, as well as my self-published tarot and oracle decks, you guys. I cannot wait for us to connect in an upcoming video, and wherever you are in this world, I'm sending you love, and I'll speak to you next time. Hello, my gorgeous life path number 8. Welcome to part 2 of your 2-part love reading. Let's figure out precisely what influence that your life path number has on your love life and what you need to know about your romantic future. So first up, we've got money. Life path number 8. Did you know that people see your life path number as the life path number of abundance, of the life path number called the powerhouse? You are ambitious, authoritative, disciplined, practical, and financially savvy. Life path 8 individuals are natural leaders with a strong drive for success and power, hence why you will always have your finances together and you will always have abundance, whether in a relationship or outside of one. Life path number 8 is often focused on achieving material and financial success, and your authoritative presence and business acumen can lead you to great heights within your career. You should be mindful to not become too materialistic or domineering, and you should strive for a balance between things in the material realm where you're being ambitious and you're getting everything that you've ever dreamed of, and also having empathy and fairness towards yourself, your life partner, and potentially also offspring, so that you're spending enough time with everyone and you don't end up feeling guilty because all you've done was work. Next up, we've got the peacock. All right, so the peacock shows us here that for life path number 8, it's time for you to raise your standards for yourself and for a potential partner. Life path number 8, when you meet someone who is seemingly a little out of your league, sometimes that can scare you back into your shell because you're usually the one that's out of everyone's league. So when you meet the prize, all of a sudden you become a little bit unsure what to make of it. But the thing here with the peacock is it shows that this is actually a great opportunity for you to raise your standards simultaneously, because there is no one who is out of your league. There's simply someone who can challenge you and push you to become even better than you would be by yourself. That's the right person for you. There are few, and these are spread in between different continents, so don't be shy to do some long distance dating as well. However, it is important that once you know, you settle in that relationship and then you focus back on your career and your finances. I see here within the animal bond that you are the type of person who has a bond that naturally flows with animals, so animals naturally feel safe around you. The animal bond also shows us here that you definitely benefit from having an animal companion around you and standing up for all animals, not just that animal companion that has the privilege of being yours and has the privilege of having your protection exclusively. So your guides are trying to say to you that on a bigger scale, there are some philanthropic ventures that have to do with animals where you would really thrive, and that would help life path number 8, the powerhouse, to find themselves in a situation in which they feel balanced again, because balance comes through having different experiences for you. Next up, we've got the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups shows us a young water sign. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. That is influencing your love life greatly. And here we have a white rabbit, and the white rabbit is indicative of luck as well as innocence and multiplying what you already possess. Here in the Page of Cups, we also have these 6 moons, well, 7, but these discs, it almost kind of reminds us of coins, right? And we had money, finding a way to abundance. So know here that this Page of Cups is your ideal person to help you to multiply what's already there. This is someone who has younger, more fun, bubbly energy than you do. And I see here in the 5 of Wands that they're an amazing contrast to the day-to-day struggles and life and competition that you face, because things are fierce in your workspace. Things aren't funny. Everyone wants to be on top. Everyone wants to be the best. Everyone wants to have the most kind of, how should I say, make the biggest impression on the world, right? Everyone wants to have the biggest following. Everyone wants to do the most. So coming home to someone that understands you, that is emotionally safe and sane and fun and just a nice person to be around, is imperative for life path number 8. Next up, let's see what Spirit has for you. We've got no strings attached. Up until then, up until you feel you have the one, we are just heavy on the no strings attached, because life path number 8, once you get attached for good. You get attached forever. There's no leaving. There's no breaking up. here within No Strings Attached, I just definitely see that when it comes to finding love and being in a romantic relationship, you do not tolerate the whole in and out notion. You don't like that. That's only something that you'll do with someone that you're not really that interested in. And here within Becoming Nobody, I see that once you have showed someone your true self that is completely uncovered of all of the different ways in which you protect yourself through your accomplishments, your accolades, your looks, the things that you have been able to accomplish this far. Once you have stripped yourself of all of that and you've shown someone who you truly are on the inside within Becoming Nobody, I just want you to know here that then things are solid for you. The solidification always happens through this act of vulnerability. So if you've asked yourself why you get so attached to certain people, it is because you have taken it to that level. So until you're sure that it is reciprocated, try to steer clear of that. Try to steer clear of being so obvious when it comes to laying out all of your demons, the personal things that lay within you that can sometimes kind of come to the surface and you want to share. Eventually you will share, but I want you to share with the right people so you don't get your heart broken. Next up, we've got beauty sleep. Now within beauty sleep, the message we're receiving here from your guides is life path number 8. You don't sleep enough. You don't get enough beauty sleep. You are not prioritizing this. And a great way that I am now currently prioritizing beauty sleep, because this card kept showing up in my own personal readings that I do for myself, life path number 8, how I'm doing it now is I'm saying to myself, when I go into overthinking mode and when I go into this energy of just feeling down and out and anxiety and overthinking my life and my accomplishments, I just say, no, what I'm going to do now is I'm either going to take a nap or I'm going to act and work and do something that is actually inspiring me and is actually solving the problem. But what I'm not going to do is just sit here and dwell on the problem. And that is a great way I have found to calm my nerves, because for one, I'm not first spending hours of overthinking and then tiring myself and then needing the nap anyways. I'm going straight to the nap. I do the nap for 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, and I feel so refreshed and I haven't wasted all that time that I would usually waste. And that also works fantastically well when overthinking about love, especially if you've gone through a breakup or you're currently going through a breakup that is still lingering, that still has physical effects on you. Just sleep. Tell yourself, I deserve this sleep. I deserve this rest. Your body, your mind, your nervous system, they're all going to thank you for this, and it is going to help you to get over the hurt, everything that you're overthinking about love in a manner that is faster and healthier, and you will start to associate negative feelings with, okay, I need a break, rather than sitting there dwelling on it and overthinking it. So it's really just rewiring your patterns, your brain, as well as the usual ways in which you would behave. Now, life path number 8. This is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you've enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Feel free to let me know below in the comment section. I love to read your comments and to hear from you. Furthermore, life path number 8, all of the links are below in the description box as well, whether it's my crystal rings, my self-published decks such as the Wild Muse Oracle deck right here, or anything else such as my courses that can help you to manifest, to create the life that you desire. You can find all of that linked below as well. All of my beautiful life path number 8s, wherever you are in this world, I'm sending you love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, life path number 9. You are set to be the humanitarian of all of the life path numbers. Compassionate, idealistic, selfless, artistic, and generous are some ways in which life path number 9 is described. And I can't wait for us to figure out precisely what effect that the date of your birth, hence your life path number, affects your love life. As you are this visionary of the world and this humanitarian in life path 9, you're often driven by a desire to make the world a better place, and you are deeply empathetic and compassionate. Your idealism and generosity inspires and uplifts everyone around you, and you should be cautious of becoming overly idealistic or neglecting your own personal needs in your pursuit of helping others. First up, we've got the ship has sailed. My gorgeous life path number 9. I want you to know that anyone up until now that hasn't claimed you, that hasn't wanted to put a ring on it, that hasn't been serious about your relationship, it's done. The ship has sailed. There's no going back to them. I don't know why we're even wasting any time thinking about these situation ships. Get the memo? You see, we have the ship has sailed situation ships. We're not doing it anymore. You get the pun. And just remove the anchor. Like, let them loose. Let them out into the open ocean. Let them see what they find out there. Let them see what kind of sirens and harlots and sea monsters that they encounter, and they will wish that you were out there with them and they didn't have to deal with it by themselves. Next up, we've got updates to your nervous system. So once we have let all of the ships sailed, all of the ghosts from our past, all of the exes, all the situationships, I want you to know that now is a time of updating your system, updating to a new standard. You know why you were even in a position where you felt heartbroken, where you felt torn, where you felt like, I'm in a situationship and I don't know how to steer it towards a relationship because I'm not happy with where it is now. I want commitment. I want someone to love me, to be there for me, to care for me, to not leave me. Well, we are getting these updates to our system, life path number 9, because you're a giver, because you're a humanitarian, because you're a lover. Often you don't prioritize your needs, and in relationships, some people shamelessly take advantage of this. And I see here within being authentic that the thing for you is that you have to learn to wear different masks at different times. You are often too authentic too early on. Yes, I said it. I am 100% guilty of the fact that I think it's not okay to be too authentic too early on in a relationship, not in this day and age. If you're all love and light and, oh, I feel these feelings that are so deep and so filled with love for you, please try it. Try it and let me know how often your heart breaks. In this day and age, you have to be a little strategic. You have to test the person that you're dealing with and be a little inauthentic if you feel really, really strongly for them. Play it cool a little bit. I know we shouldn't have to, but it's the reality. Play it cool for a little bit. Always remember your needs. Always remember you're also a human being who needs attention, who needs love and affection. And see what they do in situations that are challenging. See what they do in situations in which they are given the power. I want you to know here within Alchemic that we have this very slow kind of growth. That's why we've also got the tortoise of love for you. You want to take things slowly and steadily. Before you reveal everything about yourself and your personality and your past and your traumas, you're going to want to verify who sits next to you or before you. You're going to want to verify that they're the type of person who is even worthy of opening up to. Because life path number 9, you're such a devoted partner and lover. You're such a devoted spouse to be with. Let's not waste this on someone who is not seeing that, on someone who does not value that, on someone who does not see the rarity, the importance in how devoted that you are. Because unfortunately, there are a lot of people who get with someone who is extremely devoted, extremely loving, very caring, who's the perfect partner, and they don't appreciate it. And that is where I do also see here within Psychic that you have some abilities that others don't really understand or get that go beyond just the regular realm, the material realm. And your psychic abilities are actually here in order to teach you, wow, I have this sixth sense, and it's important that I use it even in love. I don't have to hide it. I don't have to keep it from anyone. It's now time for me to be able to use this for my own highest good and for me to discern who is a great partner to be with and who I should probably just leave alone. And the thing here is that you are so empathetic and compassionate that as a life path number 9, as a humanitarian, you can tend to be the type to pick up projects. And that's a big no. It's not what we're doing. We've got King of Cups energy for you, King of Water signs. We've got Scorpio, Cancerian, Pisces energy, big, loud, proud, very masculine type of energy, even though this is a feminine element. I want you to know this is someone who has that dragon spirit, who wants to do things exactly how you like them. This is about a giver, a lover, someone who is generous. That's your person, all right? Not someone who sees that you're the generous one, you're the empathetic one, and then they let you do all the work, and then they let you be the one who is giving everything, emotionally speaking, doing all the emotional labor in a relationship, and they just lean back and let you chase and please them. No, thank you, life path number 9. The Three of Wands shows us here that you have already worked so hard to get to where you are now. You've put so much effort into your healing journey, and you will always be climbing, and you don't need someone who is pulling you down the ladder. You don't need someone who is sawing like different little breaking points into the ladder. You just don't need that, life path number 9. You don't deserve it. And for as long as I am doing these readings, for as long as I am still breathing, I will not allow it. I will not allow myself to see how my life path number 9s are struggling because their own partner or lover is sabotaging them. We are picking better. Updates to our system. When you meet someone and you can already tell they're a clown, you can already tell they're the type of person who is just going to use your kind nature. Remind yourself of the update that you just did and don't allow it to crash. Just because it feels familiar because you've dated clowns before, it doesn't mean that you're going to continue dating clowns in the future, which is precisely also why your guides have brought the moon into your reading, which is another nod to your psychic ability. You know right from the beginning, life path number 9, but the whole thing is, will you allow yourself to take it seriously? Will you allow yourself to actually see that someone is not for you and then to act on it? Or are you going to keep talking yourself into believing that they are the one even though you know that they're not the one? And I see here within the Ace of Coins, what comes next is a new beginning in your career. And I do see that when it comes to your lover, you will meet them through a career-related hobby that you both have. Career-related hobbies for me, for example, I love going to anything that has to do with growth, seminars, webinars. I love reading certain books, going to different places where I can buy books, like bookshops, other shops like that. I love going to anything that has to do with growing my entrepreneurship because that is just interesting to me. So that is a career-related hobby where I'm not necessarily working, but it's still a hobby that's related to career, and I'm going there. And that's precisely where I see you meeting your person, life path number 9. That is where I see you being with the one, and where you can make a genuine connection with someone who wants to grow, with someone who is authentic already, with someone who is empathetic and emotionally intelligent, because that's what life path number 9 needs. You're the most emotionally intelligent of the life path numbers, and I'm tired of you being with people who have the emotional intelligence of a carrot. I don't want to see it anymore, and I won't allow it. And I urge you to take this reading really seriously. I know this was a little bit of a wake-up call. This was your big sis talking very, very real to you, okay, in a slightly pushy way, but you guys know that I'm just doing this because I love you, because I care about you, life path number 9. So this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Please let me know below in the comment section. I love to read your comments, and that way you can represent life path number 9. I'm sending you so much love wherever you are in this world, life path number 9, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, master number 11, or shall I say life path number 11. You are said to be intuitive, inspiring, charismatic, a visionary, and highly spiritual. Life path 11 individuals, you have a heightened sense of intuition and spirituality, basically psychic abilities. You're often drawn to roles where you can inspire and uplift others through their vision and their insights, and you're very charismatic. Your sensitivity and depth of understanding makes you a powerful influence or influencer, if that's what you're looking to become. However, it's important that as a life path number 11, You work on managing your heightened sensitivity, and you should strive for emotional balance and stability. I see here, first and foremost, you're meant to be creative, and your love life will thrive off of you having creative outlets. So you're not constantly feeling this pressure to be perfect, and you have creative outlets where you can just be you and do whatever you want to do. For me, for example, it is these tarot readings, tarot videos, creating my courses, doing things where I can just let my inspiration flow through me. For you, it may be art, it could be writing, poetry, singing, dancing. It could be also doing sports where you can just be yourself. But I just want you to know here that that is also the most beautiful state for your partner to see you in when you're being creative. I see here within threatened that in love, a lot of people feel threatened around you. It is weird, but as a master number, you just have this heightened kind of energy or role that makes others feel self-conscious. So it is very, very weird when you're in a relationship with someone and it's almost like they're jealous of you. It's almost like they're jealous of your accomplishments. They're jealous of your potential and where you're still going. And you just never expected a romantic partner to be jealous. But people prove time and time again that it is possible. And I do see here within loving, the thing is, like, as a life path number 11, you are so loving, you are so caring, you're so much of the type of snake that believes transformation is possible. Just as a snake sheds its skin to transform, to grow, to become bigger. The thing here with the snake is actually this analogy. The problem is you believe and you're so loving that you will even love a snake in the negative sense, where when they shed their skin, all they become is a bigger snake. If you see snake as a symbol of betrayal in context to what we're talking about right now, so let's just slip into that role for a second, because I love snakes. You guys know I even have a pet snake. But if we slip into the role of a snake being someone you can't trust, a snake being someone who will never have your back, who will always have their own interests at heart, because bless my snake, I love her. Venus is the most amazing pet, but it's not like she loves me. It's not like if it was herself or me that she would ever even think to consider me. They are selfish creatures. And they're not social. So when you are loving so hard and so dearly on someone who just sheds their skin to become a bit bigger snake once you fed them and cared for them, that can be hard, life path number 11. And your guides want to remind you of the fact that there are a lot of snakes here in this world. And because you are an inspirer, you have a little bit of an idealistic worldview. You sometimes tend to see the best in people rather than seeing some people for just who they truly are. But when it comes to your love life, there's so much hope on the horizon for you to change this into your biggest strength, because you have this psychic insight and because you are a big achiever. When a lot of people feel threatened by you, rather than trying to dim yourself to make them feel comfortable, it's great for you to just let them fall away and instead to just keep moving on until you find someone where you can tell they are so comfortable in your success and where you're going that actually they really, really love that and they want to see you do even better. Here within prioritize reflection, let me tell you, looking in the mirror and prioritizing self-reflection is right now the best thing you can do for your love life, because you're not seeing yourself for the beautiful angel and queen that you are, for the beautiful individual that life has created in you. I want you to know that when your mother gave birth to you, literally she gave birth to a life path number 11, a master number, who is an angel who is sent on this earth to inspire others. You are the type of person who is so charismatic. You're the type of person who walks into a room and everyone feels the energy shift. And it's important that you start seeing yourself as such. Life path number 11, have you even thought of that? Do you even see yourself in that way? Because I definitely see a lack of this. Here with an endless serendipity, your love life has endless serendipity, endless abundance, endless options, endless lovers, endless people obsessed with you. Right here, just prepared for you to see. But the only way that you can really see this is when you value yourself and when you start dipping out of any kind of connection in which people feel threatened by you, in which you're loving a snake that just turns into a bigger snake, and where you're actually dealing with people who are on your level, who are in your same intentionality of being in a healthy, mature connection. Because once you start to only align with that energy, there are so many good people out here, romantically speaking, amazing matches for you. And I do see here within vacation that your guides are trying to say to you that when it comes to love, it should feel like a vacation. And most likely every time you see them, it will be a vacation. And it could be because, yes, you are having to get on a little flying carpet, or shall I say an aircraft, to fly over and see them, because we have some long distance activity going on for a while. But I want you to know here that you most likely need that because you are a workaholic. You are someone who does too much. And when you do too much, you burn yourself out. However, if you're with someone that actually encourages vacations and downtime, you will find that it's so much more relaxing to just do life with an individual that balances you out. Within Legends, life path number 11, I want you to know that you are a legend. You are iconic. As an icon, learn from those who inspire you, take the best traits and add them onto your own iconic traits. Because one thing that no one will ever be able to take from you is the fact that you are just iconic. There is no life path number like you. There is no life path number or master number that comes with such visionary insights and a charismatic presence. You deserve the type of love where someone goes above and beyond to the degree that you did not even imagine. You thought it was cute to be going through your cycle through that time of the month and having someone bring you your favorite snacks and drinks. Now imagine that, but 10 times more effort. So rather than someone just going on like Uber Eats app, no, they're actually baking you something from scratch that you love. They're actually setting up an entire at-home date with hot water bottles, with gifts, with books, with incense, with you watching your favorite shows and home making your favorite meals for you, literally being the sweetest, softest person you can imagine whenever it is that you need it. Just know you deserve all of that and more, and it exists, it's out here. But we have to first remove ourselves from anyone who is not that, and then pursue energetic frequencies that are only on that, because that's the kind of frequency you're on. And I want you to be with that frequency too. Now, my gorgeous life path number 11. This is the reading that I've received for you. I hope that you liked it and that you found it insightful and that you can appreciate my very straightforward and honest approach to your tarot readings. Let me know below that you are a life path number 11 by commenting it in the comment section. That way you can represent your very rare life path number. And furthermore, wherever you are in this world, life path number 11, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful life path number 22. You are a master number known as the Master Builder. As a life path number 22, you are a visionary, practical, disciplined, and ambitious, extremely powerful too. Life path 22 individuals have the potential to achieve great things through their unique combination of practicality and vision. You're often drawn to large-scale projects, and you have the ability to turn dreams into a reality. Your disciplined approach and ambition can lead to significant accomplishments. You should, however, be mindful of balancing your grand visions with practical steps, and you should avoid becoming overwhelmed by the magnitude of your goals that you have in life. I do see here that when it comes to love, we also have master number 33 for you. You are a 22. However, 33 is an excellent match for you, which is the master teacher, which is a very, very rare life path number. This makes for a relationship that is extremely mature and is going to last for a lifetime. So if you're wondering with whom you would have an amazing bond with, that's master number 33. Then we also have the 21 in unconditional. The number 2, 1, as well as 3, as 2 plus 1 equals 3. These are amazing life life path numbers for you as well, I want you to understand that that brings unconditional love. This is a great match for you. And here within unconditional, I see that you are unconditionally loving, which is a huge sign to the fact that as a natural empath, as a master builder in life path 22, it's important that you don't only invest in others, but you also allow for others to invest in you. I see here that now your spirit guides want you to wait. They want you to wait until the right person crystallizes themselves out of the crowd, until the right person actually shows that they want to be with you. Don't settle for someone that you need to chase or where you need to jumpstart the relationship, because chances are if you continuously need to jumpstart that relationship, it's not going to be what you're looking for, nor is it going to be bringing you the happiness that you deserve. So if right now you're feeling called out because you have been entertaining a person, an ex, a situationship where you have to constantly jumpstart and save the relationship and make sure it doesn't sink, it's time that you reconsider. It's time that you reconsider whether this is truly what you want, whether this is truly what you desire, whether this is really partner, lifelong partner material, you know, husband material, wife material, whatever it is that you are looking to settle down with. So I want you to be very, very reasoned in when it comes to your unconditional love and understanding that yes, you can give it to everyone, but only very few should have access to it. Next up, we've got good fortune. So if you've wondered about your love life and whether it will be fortunate, yes, we've got good fortune here for you. Invite the magic in. Allow for that perfect lover to enter your life because they are ready. They want to be with you. I want you to also know here, life path number 22, that inviting magic in means saying no to everything that isn't that magic and to wait it out alone for that new person to come in. So don't entertain frogs while you're waiting for your prince to appear. Here within sensuality, there are different ways you can express your sensuality, especially if you have a high S drive, okay? A high urge to express sensuality. You can do this by yourself. There are different ways in which you can, touch yourself, massage yourself, do all of these types of things that I cannot name here on the YouTube platform, but you get what I'm trying to say. You don't need to allow for another person's energy into your field in order for you to experience that, because that is a real energetic exchange that is to be taken seriously. That's also why the Temperance card is showing up for you, which is a card that shows up when you're being called to temper yourself, to take things slowly, especially when it comes to being intimate with another person. As a master builder, you take other people's building blocks with you. So that means that whenever there is someone that you're intimate with, you take so much of their energy onto yourself, onto your field, and it's so essential that you don't fall prey to this whole taking on people's energy who don't deserve you. The Nine of Coins here shows us financial prosperity. It shows us wealth in the material sense, but I'm getting digital wealth. So being able to make a lot of money digitally, and that then being able to afford you a lot of things in a material sense. And I see you being with a tech entrepreneur, like a tech CEO, someone who has built something that isn't quite tangible to you when they first explain it, but when you see what kind of issues that it solves, you think to yourself, wow, this is really, really cool. So the Nine of Coins definitely shows us that you will be in a romantic relationship that is very financially prosperous. Now, my gorgeous life path number 22, this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Feel free to share below that you are a life path number 22 because you are extremely rare, so please represent. And wherever you are in this world, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, life path number 33. You are known as the master teacher. Life path number 33. You are a compassionate, nurturing, selfless, inspiring, visionary life path number that is extremely rare. People with the life path number 33, born under this mystical number, you are said to be the master teachers and healers often driven by a deep desire to nurture and uplift others. Your compassion and selflessness make you powerful influences for good in the world, and you're often drawn to roles that involve teaching, healing, and inspiring. But it's important that you work on maintaining your own well-being and avoid burnout from your intense focus on helping others. Now, when it comes to love, your guides are asking you to ask them more often. Life Path 33, you can get yourself in unloving situations and relationships because the thing is that you are just such a giver, you are just such a selfless person that you always run risk of being with someone who is the opposite. But when you love them, you see no fault. And I see here within trust that your guides have someone lined up that is perfect for you. But you've got to trust that they're out there. You've got to trust that you can actually speak to your guides or God or whatever you like to call it, whatever you pray to. For some of us, it's the universe. For some of us, it's God. For some of us, it's something else. But when was the last time you actually spoke to your source? When was the last time you actually said, hey, I really want an amazing partner. Hey, what should I do? Hey, angels, guides, God, what can I do in order for me to have a love life that actually makes me happy, where I'm actually settled, where rather than being single, I'm in a lifelong relationship with someone that I can actually trust and rely on? When was the last time you asked that, Life Path number 33? Because it is about time that you use these energies, that you use these spirits. They are here just waiting for you to make use of them. Within murky waters, it is completely clear that in a way, it can be exciting to be with someone mysterious. For you, it can be fun. It can feel as though, ooh, there's a shark in the water and you don't really know what else is in these murky waters. And sometimes you feel as though this may reveal some traits that you could really love too in another person. So within murky waters, do become aware of the fact that when it comes to your life path number, there is so much of you that likes adventure, that likes things to be a little different, a little mystical, that sometimes you give people boundaries that are walking red flags to everyone else, but you're just like, oh, they have potential or they have something about them that's different. And here within healthy boundaries, your guides are trying to say to you to maintain your boundaries and to maintain them above all else. Maintain them above the feeling of losing another person. Maintain those healthy boundaries above feeling as though, well, if I maintain this boundary, will they still like me? Will they not? Who cares? Life path number 33. If someone is really destined to be yours, they want to respect these boundaries. They don't want to disrespect them. You should be with someone who is afraid of losing you by overstepping your boundary again. I see here within Be Authentic that when it comes to you, life path number 33, the thing is you are so authentic to the point where you reveal so much of yourself, your weaknesses, your wants, your needs, that sometimes people craft these perfect stories in order for you to let down your guard and let them in. Now, of course, you should be authentic, but I said it, you should also be strategic. I don't care that people want to say, well, it's love, we should just be real, and we should be able to be mature and both communicate and express our feelings. Okay, but isn't the issue the fact that when you do that, you give someone a roadmap to precisely how to control you, to make themselves out to be this person that they're maybe not? See how people are naturally when you give them the option of behaving however they want to behave. Give them the opportunity to be authentic before you put your authenticity all over the place, all right? Be open to receiving people in who they are, in the state that they're in. Some people will be ideal partners for you, and most honestly aren't good enough for you, life path number 33. That is the honest truth. Being a master teacher requires of your love story to be with someone who is secure in themselves and who is not only open to receiving but is also open to giving, because this is now your time to receive. This is your time to be in a situation where someone cares about you deeply and knows how to show it. So be open to receiving, because the right lover will give. The right lover will want you to have everything that you desire. Next, I'm within wild. Life path number 33, you do have a little bit of this wild side to you. This is a wild side that a lot of people love and wish that they had as well. As a life path number 33, you are no joke. You are an adventurer, and you're the type of person who has learned some big life lessons in order to even be able to teach those, is what I meant to say. And you're also a warrior. Life has thrown so many curveballs at you. Life has been so challenging in so many ways, but you've always gotten back up. You've always put yourself back in a situation where you were able to float, where you were able to thrive. You don't just survive. And here within the warrior, I do also see that that will continue to be the case also within love. Now, I do want us to get into a final message, life path number 33, in regards to your love life, and see what Spirit has to say to you. Reconsider in your love life who you want to pick, and are you really picking based on what you truly want, or are you picking based on what you deem as realistic? Let me tell you, life path number 33, if you want to be with someone who is the most successful person in a field, don't feel as though you're not good enough for them. Like, you are literally the prize, life path number 33. Go for what you really want. Pick one or two things looks-wise, then pick one or two things when it comes to who they are, their character. Pick one or two accomplishments. Go for it. Don't settle for less. Reconsider the fact that I know, Spirit is telling me this, you have been wildly underestimating the type of amazing person that you will end up with and you're meant to be with. Reconsider who you would settle for. Life path number 33, this is the reading that I've received for you. I hope that you found it insightful. Let me know below in the comment section that you are life path number 33, which is an extremely rare life path number. That way you can represent your life path number and let me and others know that you're not just a fictitious life path number. You really exist and you're here. Furthermore, wherever you are in this world, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming predictions.